Hello and welcome to episode 57 of my Salem tutorial series. This episode is going to be on banking and post 50 humour food. So first of all, let's say to you welcome to Sherwood Forest. Whilst at the moment it's still small, trust me when I tell you Sherwood Forest is going to get a lot bigger in the future. Now, why is it called Sherwood Forest? Well, it's called Sherwood Forest because I've been visited by Robin Hood. And now I hear you ask, Gamester, you idiot, why have you been visited by Robin Hood? Well, I've been basically robbed. All my silver, my money bag and my backpack. So there's two ways that you could take that. You can either take it negatively or you can take it positively. Now to me personally, okay, I know making money is really simple. The fact that I've got all these cotton fields planted means I'll get another four to 600 silver. So it really doesn't bother me in the slightest. But the most important thing is that to me it adds another layer to the game. Because if you think about it, pilgrims in the New World, when they come over in the on the Mayflower and they were settling, especially in the frontiers, they were surrounded by hostile natives who had good reason to be hostile, but more importantly, of course, they were surrounded by other pilgrims. Some of them didn't want to spend time working fields, they wanted money the easy way, or simply they were hungry and needed food, so they would resort to the most easy means to getting that food, which was generally through your stuff and you. So whilst I've been robbed, it actually gives an extra real feel to the game, because let's face it, like I say, I'm a pilgrim out here in the wilderness. It's going to be a natural common occurrence that I will get robbed, either by the neighbours or the natives or just other people playing who find it fun taking that which is not theirs. So anyway, I'm building myself a forest. Eventually I'm going to get it so thick with trees all around my claim, that it'll be fun seeing if anyone can still get into my claim. But it could be that I was robbed when I went to the town. See, this is the thing, I don't know how or when people rob you, whether it's them coming onto your claim, and if you're not logged in, there's some way that, is it a hacker or is it some other means within the game that I'm not aware of where people can get access to your inventory when you're not logged in? Or is it when you visit the town to go sell stuff that they register your name and that gives them the means then to hack your account? I don't know, but the bottom line is, okay, I know that poor Alley Cats was robbed, and I know there was someone else who's left a comment who's been robbed. The moral of the story is, don't let it put you off playing. If anything, let it give you more enjoyment, because there are tricks you can employ. The first one, of course, is banking. So let's go to Providence and bank the little money that I have. It's a joke really, because I've only got 190 silver pieces left. But that's still 190 silver pieces that I can use in this episode to demonstrate us using the bank. So I know it's like the horse is bolted, so now I'm putting closing the stall. But regardless, it still is useful for me demonstrating the use of the bank. So where you zone into the town, right next to you is the bank, and if you right click on this person with the funny hat with the feather.
Welcome to the Bank of Providence, charging 200% loan interest since 1636.
Where with the bank, it's a different kind of you getting robbed, because they're going to take nearly 20% of your money, which is why I've not used the bank up till now. So you've got two choices. You can either be robbed by Robin Hood or you can be robbed by the game itself. The choice is yours. Anyway, to demonstrate getting robbed by the bank, You left click in the bottom box, which is where you deposit. So I've got 190 silver. I'm going to deposit 180 silver. The bank is going to rob me straight away of nearly 20% of that. But are we worried? No. So now if I right click again.
Rest easy in your bed, knowing that the king holds your silver.
Yeah, right. He holds my silver, all right. You see, I put in 180 then. Automatically, I've only got 160. Yep, the bank robbed me of 20% of it. But at least they didn't rob my other items. So that's how you use the bank. At the top, if you want to take out some money, so if I type in 10 and press enter, I've now got...
Welcome to the Bank of Providence.
Well, it's taken 10 silver out of there, so it's given me 10 silver back in my pocket. So there we go, that's how you use the bank. Like I say, the choice is yours as to whether you want Robin to have your money or the game to have your money. At least the game only takes 20% of your hard-earned money, whereas Robin will take the lot. Hopefully he's given some of it to the poor. And what I mean by that is other new players. I doubt it, but that's wishful thinking for you. So there we go, that's banking in Providence. Next, what we'll take a look at is the post 50 humour food. How you get your humours up post 40. So, or post 50 I should say, not 40. Right, okay, so let's go to my farmer's house and my stove. Oh yeah, I did mention to you there's another trick, didn't I? I haven't really got just 20 silver on me and 160 in the bank. I've also employed a cunning plan to beat Robin at his own game. And that is, what I'm doing is getting the pilgrim purses, which hold 500 silver, and hiding them around in different containers. Yep, they could be anywhere. Now the fact of the matter is, this is my way of trying to find out whether it's someone robbing you through coming onto your claim or whether it's a hacker robbing us. The way to find this out is I'm concealing pilgrim purses with 500 silver in them in different containers. Now I intend to have about another 100 containers scattered all around, so there's going to be a lot of containers. Now what happens is when someone robs you, they leave a little essence on the ground which gives their name when they do an act of thievery on your claim. So if that's the case, I will find out about it. Another reason for doing this is by spreading your money out, there's not much chance that they're going to get all your silver that way, and also the game isn't going to rob you either. The money's still going to be yours. As for taking the items off of your person, there's not a lot you can do about that. Thankfully, making a backpack's simple enough, and the purses, well, I'll just buy another one. They're only a few hundred silver. So there we go. That's one way, another way of stopping Robin or the game from robbing you, by simply putting money in purses and stashing it around your claim. Now if you've only got 4 urns, then it's going to be pretty easy for any robber to rob you, but when you start to get quite a few urns, it's going to be time consuming for them to rob you. Anyway, on with the episode. So what we're going to do now, I mentioned previously in another episode about Froggetti and the fact that it can give you a good boost to different humours. So what I wanted to do this time is actually show you how you can target the different humours to get your to get these when you get above 50. So I'm going to demonstrate making Froggetti with the different types of slugs and bugs that you can use. So if you look at a grub, you'll see that when gobbled, it gives between 5 and 8 yellow bile. If you gobble a caterpillar, it gives you between 1 and 1.5 to your blood humour. So that's the caterpillar. And the snail will give you between 5 and 8 to your phlegm, which is the blue humour. So there we have the yellow humour, the red humour and the blue humour. So now if we go to craft and food and slugs, bugs, and then if we choose Froghetti. Okay, what we're going to do then is make 3 Froghettis, and I want you to observe, actually it's going to use both of them, so what I'm going to need to do is put in a container. Let's just grab 2 of these mushrooms, and let's put first of all the caterpillar and the slug in there. So now it's going to use the snail. The snail, I'll tell you now, will make the Froghetti give all the points into the phlegm. Why? Because as you can see, gobbling a caterpillar gives you between 5 and 8 to your blue humour, your phlegm. So by using that as an ingredient in Froghetti, that is the humour that will be boosted. So let's now demonstrate this. Okay, let's craft. Okay, there we are, we have a Froghetti, and as you can see, the phlegm, the blue humour, is now going to get boosted 47 points. Now, what you can do additionally, because I know you're saying at this moment, wait a minute, you said post 50. That's right. This will now give us 47 points into your phlegm. So what you simply do is find now some of the lesser blue gobble foods. So you can have your roasted crab meat or your carrot. They will give you points into your phlegm. Also, of course, you've got millweed roots, and you've got the roasted silt willing mud snapper, which was that fish that I sliced up. So you've got that as well. So the idea is you first gobble the Froghetti, that gets you to 47 points in your phlegm, and then you just gobble a carrot or roasted crab meat. Now if you stack up a load of the crab meats and carrots and this siltweed mud snappers, and you have 10 Froghettis, you can see that that'll easily get you to 60 or 70 in your humours, which I'm going to try and demonstrate as I go along. Anyway, right, so that was the first one. That gave us phlegm. Now we'll do the next one, which will give us yellow bile. So I'm going to do the grub. So by having the grub, I'm now going to cook another Froghetti. And now you can see that this is going to boost our yellow bile. Again, what you can do is stack up, have in your pocket a load of other yellow bile foods. That is the first 40 points done. Then you only need to eat the lesser foods, which will then get you through your next gobble. Okay, and lastly then, let's look at the caterpillar. So the caterpillar, as you can see from the gobble colours, is going to give us blood. So what we will do is now craft another Froghetti. Okay, and here we are, and this one is going to give us, as you can see, blood. So that's how you can do these 3 humours, and you should safely be able to get them up to 70 using Froghetti as your main foundation, which will do the first 40 to 50 points for you nearly, and then eating the lesser foods, which I've got in all these containers. So in here you can see, oh, alright, I went into one making Froghettis previously for my yellow bile. But if we look in the other container, that's where I keep the lesser foods. So you can eat radishes, you can eat the mushrooms, the lobster mushrooms. They don't need boiling, but these mushrooms do, the morels do. Okay, so that's the lesser foods. But you're saying, hold up, what about the black bile? Well, for the black bile, I find it's easy just to make a load of garlic rabbits. Garlic rabbits 80% of the time will give you black bile food. So that's the one you can use, and oysters perhaps, or even these hickory nuts, which we're going to be growing ourselves soon. So there we are, that's how you can do all 4 biles. the first 40 to 47 points through the main bit of food, and the remainder of what you need to level that humour you can use with any of the lesser foods, which you can see there. The crusted crawdads will give me blood, so I'd eat that after eating my red froghetti, and that will then get me easily up to, like I say, hopefully 70. But I'm halting with that to start with, because I wanted to make this episode on doing the next level up potion. So instead I will prepare you for that episode. For the next level up in potions, I believe we're going to need lots of roses. So what you will need to do is go to town and purchase just one rose. And when you get the rose, plant it. Start growing lots of roses, and that will get you in good stead for us making the next level up potion. Because whilst the last potion I showed you gave us 60,000 was it 60,000 inspirational points, that's not really a great deal. In fact, that's a joke. So that's nowhere near what we need. What we need is at least the next one up, which I think is 250,000, or is it 100? Anyway, I'll look into it. But you will need red roses, so start growing them. Just purchase one and grow the rest. Okay, that's pretty much all I wanted to waffle about. The bank being robbed and getting your humours up even more. Something also I'm going to do in another episode is us starting to focus on tailoring and specialising different sets of clothing to do different jobs. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. I hope you don't get robbed, and I hope you enjoyed this episode on banking. Goodbye.